Welcome to the vCard Global Workshop. Good morning. This is Cherie Collins here out of Portland, Oregon, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about vCard, how you can use vCard to market your business, and how to create a vCard in just a few minutes. We're going to go over some of the tools today, and let's get started here. I want to show you, I've got a vCard here, and this is a vCard that we're going to build today for George Scarpelli. And this vCard will be available too. I'm going to be adding it to our vCard gallery when we're done. George Scarpelli runs an HVAC company. And we're going to build this card. Everything that I do for George is applicable to your business as well, even though you may not be running an HVAC company. The same tools and the same marketing methods will market your business. When you first start with vCard, this is the type of card that you have. It's very basic, as you can see. You've got your phone number here, this email me button, your name, download and share button, and that's basically it, right? But within just 10 minutes, you can turn this into a card that you can start to market your business with. And right here at the bottom of the card, there's a handy link. It's called Owner Link. This is a login link that will take you directly to your vCard Global back office. And you'll want to just log in here. And let's see here, put in your username and password. And this logs you into the vCard Global back office. I want to just point out here that we've got the vCard packages here. So if you're brand new with vCard, you're just trying this out for the 30-day trial, if you are ready to upgrade, over here is where you do so. If you decide that you want to participate in our shared revenue plan, you can do so for $129 a year that is, and that will give you 2 vCards and an additional third vCard that you can use to market your business. So that's $129 a year. If you need 2 vCards only, you can get those for $99 a year, and 1 vCard is $59 a year. So you just follow those links there and it will upgrade your account. Now, if you want to get into your vCard and start editing it, which is what we want to do here, on the right-hand side, click on this top button here, Design and Edit Your vCard. And this takes you into what's called your dashboard here. Now, this is my dashboard. I've got lots of cards in here. And what you'll end up doing is you'll just have one card and you'll just click on that card. And I'm going to jump over to my other account here where I've got the account we're going to work on today. And one second here. Let's see if I can find that account. That's very interesting. My account disappeared. One second, I'm going to get us into that account. I'm just going to pause the share. I'll just take a second. So, and also when you log in, for those of you who are first-time users, it's going to take you directly into what's called a wizard. The wizard is a step-by-step process, and that's what we're going to do today as well, is walk through the wizard. So I'm going to share my screen again with you. There we go. And I'm going to click on the card we're going to work on today, this air conditioning card. And so if you did not see the wizard when you first jumped on, you click on the card and there's a blue button here. You can see it says Setup Wizard. Look for the Setup Wizard blue button and click on that. And as you see, this is a step-by-step process. In the first step, we're going to add your contact info. In the second step, we're going to add your social media. We're going to aggregate your important links and all your chat profiles. We'll also upload your photo, your logo, and we're going to choose a design. So let's get started here. So we can put here, your name will be here, your last name, your email address will already be there. You can edit it if you need to. That is pulled over from your first sign up here. And you can put in the name of your business. And let's put in our job title. Got the owner here. Put in your address. Now, the one thing that you should know about the address is if you work from home, You might not want to put your address on here. You might want to leave it blank, but I at least recommend putting your city, your state, your region that you're in. Put in your country, okay? So people at least know where, where you come from. But if you do have a street address, if you click on this Show Map It button, that will use the navigation technologies on your phone. So on your card, you'll have a Map It button. People click on that, then it automatically opens up the navigation technologies, and it will navigate people directly to your location. So that's very handy. Make sure you have the Map It button if you have a street address. You can put your website here. And the thing about vCard is it really is a website. This is a full website for you. So if you don't have a website, vCard can be that website for you. And I'll show you that today, how it can do that. So we'll do Scarpelli Heating and Cooling.com. Your phone number, as you can see, is very hard to read. So this is how it comes into the system. And what I recommend you do is add some dashes. Just make this easier for people to read your phone number. You can add additional phone numbers here, toll-free phone numbers, your Skype profile. You can put in a fax profile as well. And then you'll click the blue Continue button. Now this takes you into the social media links, and this aggregates over 16 different social media here. We're going to add Facebook today, so I'm going to come over here, and I've got a Facebook page up. I do this now when I'm working on my vCard and I'm setting it up. You're going to have the best results if you do this right now on a desktop or laptop computer, okay? The system is not 100% mobile friendly, though it's very close to being that. Still, best results right now is to do this on a desktop computer. And what you do is you can highlight the URL path that you're going to use, right-click, copy that URL, and bring it back over to the editor, and right-click and paste that in there. I'm going to do the same thing for YouTube. This is the vCard Global YouTube channel. And just so you know here, it's called vCard Global. If you search vCard Global Help Desk, it will pull this up. You can subscribe to the channel if you want. And we've got Alan Lowe's training calls that he does every Sunday night. There's 4 of them here that are recorded. And then we've got a number of the vCard Global workshops that I've done. And there's 10 of them here as well. Plus, we've got the overview presentation and lots of other help videos too. So I just wanted to point that out to you. And if you highlight that URL path for your YouTube channel, you right-click, copy that, and then bring it back over to the editor. And we're going to find our YouTube icon and right-click and paste that information here. So you've got 16 different social media icons that you can add here. And you also have here your chat profiles, your communication profiles, reach me online. So you can put your Skype profile here. Just makes it easy and convenient for people to contact you. You can add your WeChat, your WhatsApp, your Zoom meeting information. So we could put our Zoom meeting today, if we, that meeting information here. We've got our join.me meeting information as well. Viber, Voxer, all kinds of things here that you can use to communicate. Then we have the important links section. Now this is a section that allows you to aggregate resources that you frequently refer to people or tell people about. This top one is great for real estate agents. It allows you to put in your listings. And I'll just do one here. I like to do this example to show you. So let's say you wanted to put in your residential listings, okay? You would type in residential listings. And then you would add a link to those residential listings. Let's say it's on Redfin. You'd put your own personal link here. This plus sign here allows you to add additional links. So I can add another link here for maybe my commercial listings. We also have real estate agents who will actually type in the address and the size of the house, number of bedrooms, number of baths, and the cost. And then they'll link directly to the listing. So that's another way of using these links here. And for this commercials, maybe I would link to LoopNet, right? The portfolio is very good for contractors specifically and artists. So this is where you could put links to maybe your Flickr account where you've done all those beautiful kitchen remodels, right? The book now is for anyone who has a third-party online scheduler. it takes them to, it can take you to a booking page. And so you could put a call to action here, like book an appointment online, simple as that. And then over here, you would put a link to your online scheduler. The book section is good for authors, and it's good for coaches as well as teachers, anyone who has books that they have written or recommend that they want to sell online. So you just list your books here, and then you link to where they can purchase those books. For anyone who's a distributor of a product or has an online store, you can put a link to your online store here. And then, you know, what's great is if you are a multiple distributors, like, you know, for multiple companies, you can put all of those right here. Handy links to the places that you want people to purchase. You can even put a specific product here that you're recommending and have a link to it here. And then the please support section is for any sort of causes that you support, specifically like a nonprofit or church or a fundraiser that you might be participating in. I've put my kids' fundraisers up here before. It just made it nice and convenient. I could tell, you know, the family and say, oh yeah, you know, support Nick and Gigi, and you can do so. It's on the bottom of my vCard is the link. So for example here, if we were doing, if we were going to support, let's say I was running a race for the cure coming up here, I might say sponsor me for race for the cure by, let's say September 29th, okay? And then over here, I would put a link to my sponsorship page that I had. And then, so additional sites, anything that didn't fit up here, you would put there. So let's continue to the next page where we're going to add our photo and our logo. And the photo is important because this photo, I'm going to upload it here from my computer. This photo is going to be used not only on my card, but it's also something that's going to show on when I send out an email. This photo will be on the email that goes out from when I share my card by email. It'll also go out when I share my card by text message. This is great. When you share your card by text message, it comes through with a picture of yourself there. For most text messages, it's called a multimedia message, and if your carrier supports it, you will see, they'll see your picture. And that's if you text it from the app or if you text it just directly to someone. And if you email it, like I said, from either the card itself or from the app, your picture will be included in the message that goes to people. So I am going to look for my photo here. I'm on my computer. I'm going to browse over and find the folder. And I've got my picture here of George. I'm going to click open. And it's going to pull up my photo here. There it is. And then I can just, it asks me to name the photo before I save it. That's in case you get lots and lots of photos in your media library and you want to be able to search for it later. Give it a name you can search on. I'll click save. And then that has added my photo. I can do the same thing with my logo. If I have a logo, you don't need to have a logo, but if you have one, let's see here. I think we've got one here. We're going to upload this little icon here. We'll click open, and I can call it logo if I want, or save. And then I click continue to choose a design. So here you can see that we've been building our card. It's coming together, and this is what our card looks like. Now I've got lots and lots of designs to choose from here. I've got, if I click on any of these little rectangles, you can see here how it changes the color. And then if I choose these highlight colors below it, you can see it changes the colors more. So I have lots and lots to choose from. Look at, they keep going here. So let's see here. We've got vCard black. That's kind of cool. I think I might go with the black. I think my air conditioning guy, George, might like that. And then I can choose different colors here. And see, there's also different button styles too that I've chosen. So I can choose one that I think I like the best. I think this one, or maybe I'll just keep with this one here. I think I like this one best. So I'll stick with that, but I can change it at any time, just so you know. And I'm going to click finish. And look at that, guys. In just a few minutes, we've created a vCard that we can start marketing our business. So we went from that very plain vCard here to a great looking vCard in just a few minutes. And this is the live vCard here. And now we've got our phone number, which we can read, the email button. This downloads the card directly into your phone app, all right? Also, you could download it into Outlook. This share, if I click on the share, it allows you to email the card to someone, okay? From the vCard Global mobile app, you also have a share button. I use the vCard app to share my card typically because it has a one that allows me to text the card, and it sends a message with the card and, like I said, my picture. And also in the vCard Global mobile app, you have the ability to create custom messages. And when you send out a card, you can choose which message you want to send with that card. So if you have multiple businesses or you're marketing someone else's business, you can actually have multiple messages. Choose the message, the default message that you want to use when you send it out. So this is his card here. You can see here there's the Map It button. We've got the social media, and these are the important links down here. Now I'm going to show you a few more things that we can do with this card. I'm going to go back to the vCard editor. And we are now on the editor homepage. If you want to set up the vCard app, if you haven't done so, you're going to need to know what your vCard name is, okay? This is your vCard name. You can also see it here, your vCard name. And you're also going to know your security code. That's what's used for the app. So you need your name and your security code, and you can use that to set up the app. What's great about that is any of the contacts you collect in the app will be stored there, so you can log into another device, or if you get a new phone, you can log in and all your contacts will be there, your default messages will be there, your notes will be there, anything that you have saved. So that's why we use this vCard name and security code. One thing to note, if you have multiple cards and you're resetting up the app, you want to make sure you log into the app with the same name and the same security code. And we have folks who will set up vCard for, one person will set up a card and then they'll give a card to a spouse or another family member. You can do that in your account. Multiple people can have cards in your account. They all have to log into the same account to access them, but each person can have their own app login. All you do is use their name and their security code. They can each have their own separate contacts. So I just wanted to point that out for you. The other thing I want to show you too is I'm going to click on this other button here called Show Footer Links. That's going to add at the bottom of my vCard the link to my home page. And in just a second, we're going to add some additional pages. So you can turn on and off those links there by clicking on that. You also can turn on and off that vCard button at the bottom. So if you're not going to market vCard on your card, just hide the vCard, just turn it off. Or if you are marketing vCard and you want it there, turn it on. So that's how you turn that on and off. Let's go over to the next tab, the contact info. Now, the true power of vCard is the ability to change your contact info, and anyone who has your card now has your latest and greatest information. They have your most recent contact info. So if you're like me, I have hundreds of business cards that I have collected over the years from networking. Now, if I were to call half of those people back, those cards they're not good anymore. I wouldn't be able to reach the person I was trying to reach because they've moved on, they've started another business, they've changed jobs, careers, they've moved, they have a different phone number, whatever it may be. So the great thing about vCard is it is truly for life. Once you've exchanged this card with someone, now they have, when you update this information, they will get the most updated information as well. So a great thing to know here, and it's very easy. You just come in here, update your information, and that updates it immediately. Here's your social media links, and here's your picture and your logo as well, which you can update. The next tab over is for design and color. You can choose a different design and you can change the colors. We also have an option for you to customize the design as well. I'll show you that here in just a second. The next tab over is the page editor, and this is the true power of vCard. This is where you turn just a normal business card into a full-on marketing tool for your business, truly a full website for your business, should you wish to use it that way, and you can. So this is called the Page Editor tab, and I was just talking about how you can customize the theme. Right here, this button, Customize Theme. This allows you to change the background colors, to add a background image, to change text colors, okay? And then you can save that design and try, you can create multiple designs that you would like to use. They will be saved over here in the design library. At the very end, you'll see your designs are saved there as well. So you can refer back to them, especially if you do anything that's seasonal. People will do seasonal designs. You can do that too. So let's go back to the page editor. I want to show you a few things here. Your page editor is made out of pages. This is where we put our pages. This is where we edit our vCard, and this is where we view our vCard to see what it's going to look like. Now let's add some content. Now let's add some pages. So I'm going to add a page here, and I'm going to say services. I'll add book an appointment. Can say about George. You see here, I'm just typing in the name of the page and I'm pressing save. It's so easy to add my pages. It's just built all these pages for me. So I've got services. I'm going to do emergency services. There we go. Now you can reorder this information here as well. By clicking on these up and down arrows. So this drags your pages up and down. So I can put book an appointment here at the bottom. You put like about George here. So it allows you to reorganize the pages as you need to do. You can have hundreds of pages on vCard. One thing that you can also do is add sub pages. So you can have pages below pages. We have people who have 30, 40, 50 pages on their vCard, and they're having a great time. They're adding content. They're building out great vCards, lots of good information to help them market their business. So this is the page section here. I have some more detailed videos too on how to edit your pages if you need more instruction, and I'll show you those here at the end of the workshop. I'll give you a link to a site that has that information. I'm also adding a number of help videos that will start to populate here throughout the entire vCard system. So let's go here now to the center section. This is where we can edit content. The first thing I want to show you is this is your picture that you've added. A lot of times people think the picture is a little too big for them. So I want to show you in the right hand corner here, you can drag your picture and make it a little smaller if you'd like. So that's what you can do. You can drag that picture, make it bigger, smaller, however you want to do that. And then when you see these little green blocks here, when you click on a green block, and I'm going to do so now, this gives me a choice of a bunch of different blocks that I can use to add to my card. So today we're going to be adding text blocks. We're going to add some images. You have the ability to add a photo gallery or slideshow. We're going to add video. Here's the important links section. If you want to edit that section, you just click on this. You can see that there. If I want to take off, let's say my residential listing, because it's not applicable here, I just remove that information here, come down, and I can press add, and that will update that information for me. Well, actually, I added a block. I meant to, if I wanted to edit that, I would also click, there's an edit button here. The pencils are edit blocks. So that's another way of editing the information here. You click on the edit, and then it brings up all that information. And then you can come down to the bottom, and you can press the save button. So we're going to add a block now. I want to show you something that I recommend for anyone who's in the service industry, who's a professional, who is a sole proprietor especially. You definitely need this. And this is a video we're going to add for George Scarpelli. What I love is adding a video to your vCard that's a 30-second to 60-second elevator pitch of you just talking to the camera about yourself and your business and what your values are and why someone should become a customer for you. So I've got some videos here that I pulled off. This is a little, this is a little higher end. Someone did this. It's 34 seconds here of Alex Ortiz talking about heating and air conditioning. And he's just talking about why he got into business. There's another one here that I like too. This guy's standing in front of his van, and this is a little long. It's 1 minute 46 seconds. It doesn't have to be that long, but I like the idea that he's just standing there. He had someone probably, you can do it on your iPhone even. If you're a contractor, you can stand in front of your truck or your van or whatever. Or, if you're a, you can sit there at your desk just like Alex is here. I'm going to grab Alex's video. What you can do to grab a video on YouTube is you're looking for this share button. You click on the share button. And then we want to look for the embed code. You see down here where it says embed? This is what we want to put on our vCard. Now, there are some options for YouTube that you need to be aware of. See where it says show suggested video when the video finishes? We want to uncheck that. If you leave that checked, you're going to, at the end of Ortiz's video, it will show someone else's video. YouTube will choose, okay? And most likely it will be a competitor of Ortiz's. So you want to make sure that you're only showing your videos, and then you're going to highlight, this is called the embed code here. You're going to just highlight that code, right-click, copy that code, and we're going to bring it back over to the editor. I'm going to add a block here, add new block, and I'm going to add video. And this is my embed code. I'm going to right-click, paste my embed code here, and click add. And there it is. See how easy that was? It really is quite easy to add video to your card. It adds so much. We know that this is one of the best ways to engage with people is to have video on your card. And I can tell you that for years I used vCard, and this was before we had an app and all the great things, some of the great things that we have now. But my vCard, I would just put on the signature of my email, and I recommend that you do too. You add your vCard to the signature of your email. That would just get referred on to people. And I had a video as well that I would use, just a 60-second video of myself just talking. That it wasn't high production values. It wasn't as nice as this one Ortiz had. But what would happen was people would call me out of the blue that I didn't even know and would be like, hey, I saw your vCard. And wow, I saw your video as well, and I'm really interested in talking to you. I'd like to get together. I would close the sale before I even met them. So that's why I recommend the video, because it definitely connects you with people before they meet you. And put it right here on the home page, on the first page of your vCard, okay? Now let's go and add some more content here. Let's add About George. So you click on the About George page, and you can see that there's already some information here, so that makes it easy for you. If you don't want any of this information, you can just click the X button and it will delete it, okay? I'm going to click the Add New Block, and we're going to add a text block here. I've got a paragraph about George that I've already written up, and I've got it over my Word doc here. So let's grab that. You can just grab your text, right-click, copy your text, and then we'll bring it back over, and I'll put my mouse here and paste my text in. When you're writing for vCard, you want to write in small paragraphs. You want to put lots of bullet points in your text. You want to make it easy for people to read on the web. They expect it to be small, little bite, so it's not real paragraphs. It could be just a sentence or two. You just break it up so people can read it, and they'll scan it. So you can also, anything that's important, I would bold it. So I've got my text here. I want to, I'm going to make a headline. That's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to say About George Scarpelli. And if you want to make a headline, highlight the text that you want to be the headline. You can change just the font size here if you want. You've got lots of fonts. You could bold it. But the best way to do it is come over here, and we have these things called headings. Heading 1s, heading 2s, heading 3s. Pick a heading style. Try it out. That looks like it's not going to fit, so I'm not going to do that style. It looks way too big, so I'll do a heading 2. That's going to fit just fine. You can get rid of any extra spaces, and then you can click Add, and you can see the text that you've added right here. So I like to also add a picture here on this page. I'll put the profile picture here. If you have, add a second picture of yourself, but I only have one picture of George, so I'm going to just add that from the media library. So if you're reusing a picture, it's already in here. You go to your media library. And this account happens to hold photos from all of the cards that I've worked on in this account. And we did this so that you can build multiple cards and share photos between cards. You don't have to upload them each time. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here, and that's where my picture is of George. It's the latest picture I've added. I'll click Add, and I can resize that again too. So there, that looks good. All right, so we've added our text here. And we now have an About page. Let's come over here and let's add some information about services. So I've got some text as well about his services that I've written up. And we'll just highlight this service information, right click, and we can copy it. We'll bring it over here and we will add a new block and we'll add our text. I prefer to write my text in some sort of document that's offline, just because if your internet connection goes down, or if for some reason your session is lost, you could possibly lose the text that you're typing in here. So I use this for editing text, but not for typing the initial text, because I don't want to accidentally somehow lose it. And I don't want you to lose your text either, so I just want you to be aware of that. So I pasted my copy in here. And I can just put services here. And again, I can use those H1, H2, so I can click here and click Format. I can make that a header 1 if I want. If I want to turn this into a bullet pointed list, I just highlight that and I can click on the bullet point list. And it made one of them a bullet point, so I have to do some returns here and turn this into a bullet pointed list. You will have to do a little sort of, have a little patience whenever you're working with a text editor. It's no different than like working with Word, you know, when you're trying to format things. So it's very similar indeed. Actually, all these tools are very similar tools that you have with Word and so forth. Now I can turn this also into headers. I might make those header 2s, they're a little smaller. And I think there was one, oh, repair, that's supposed to be 1 too. So let's see if I can get that out. Let's just start all over again. All right. Type out our headline, highlight it, and we'll turn it into a header 2 as well. So we've got some information here. Let's save this information. And let's add some pictures as well. Pictures always add some interest here. I've got some pictures that George has provided us. So I'm going to click on the Add New block. I'm going to grab an image here and I'm going to upload an image. So I've got some pictures of him doing some work. And we'll grab this picture here. And you give it a name here. You can also, when you're adding a picture, you can add an external link. So let's say you're selling products. You can put your photo here of the product, then you can add a link to the product here. Or you can link to an internal page. You see here, we've got all of our pages. I can link to another page on the card as well. So people will do that. They'll add certain products or certain calls to action and link to another page. And then the caption here, if we want to, we can add a caption. I'll click Save, and I've added my picture here. And if you wanted to, you could break up this text block and add pictures, multiple pictures on this card in between these blocks as well. So for example here, I could, let's just show you what I mean by that. So I could come back over here, and I could say I want to just, I'm going to get rid of this text. So I'm going to cut this text, I guess, and I'll save this again. And now I'm going to add another block here, text block. And I'm going to paste that copy in here. Now, did you see that? Sometimes in Firefox, you'll get this sort of, this is not the paste menu. If I bring my mouse right back to the cursor here and click in again, I will get the paste menu. So you want to look for that. Put my maintenance here. And header, we'll make that a header 2. And you see that sometimes that will happen too. I'm going to use Control Z to kind of get rid of that. It's just I got rid of a space there, and there it did it again. Well, I guess that's not going to work, so I'll just leave it that way for now. See how that looks. I'll click add. And then there's some extra spaces here below repair that's giving this extra space there. So I have to go here and get rid of the returns. See, there's some returns here. Just get rid of those and save it. And now I'm going to add a photo. So I'll click add new block, and I want to go image. And I can upload another image here of someone else working on an HVAC system. And I'll write HVAC repair, and I'll save that. So now I've added, you can see here how this looks, and I'm going to come back in here probably and try to figure out why this has that extra space there between maintenance and that. That's just the problems with text editors in general. There's a way around it. But so you can see I've got my guy here now. If I want to, I can move these blocks around using these up and down arrows. So I want you to also be aware of that. That's how you move blocks around. You have your up and down arrows. So I want to put this one back up here. I can. All of the blocks on this page have these up and down arrows. So if you want to put that picture at the top, you could, okay? You can move things around. So that is how we add content and text. Let's add something that I think is also really important, which are video testimonials. I'm going to add another page here for testimonials. I'll add save. And on my testimonials page, again, if you can do this, now you may have text testimonials, which are great. They're always fabulous, right? But if you can get someone to do a video testimonial, that is so powerful. And I've found some testimonials that some folks were getting. This is 32 seconds. This is a woman just sitting at her desk, and she's just talking about how she uses this company, Pittsburgh Best Plumbing. Great idea. All you have to do again is take the picture from your iPhone. The only thing I would do different is she's got her there. Whoever took this had the iPhone straight up. I would turn your phone. It doesn't have to be iPhone. You can do it on Android too. I would turn the phone horizontal so you'd get a horizontal screen. But so she's got 32 seconds here. This is a great little video. I'm going to click on share. Again, I go to the embed. I make sure that we turn off show suggested videos, and I grab this code. Right click, copy it, and I'm going to bring it back over here. If I can find myself again, there we go. And I'm going to add a new block, and we will look for the YouTube, the video one, not the event, the video one. Right click, paste that information here, click add. So we've added a video here. I'm going to add another testimonial as well. This is one where the guy was interviewed. This is a great idea. All he does is interview this guy. It's 1 minute and 44 seconds, so it's a little bit long, but it made it easy for him because he just stood there and asked him some questions, and he talked all about his service. So again, we'll add this one here, and we'll click share. We'll go to embed, turn off show suggested videos, and we're going to grab the embed code, copy it, and jump back over to the editor. Click add new block, and we will add our video testimonial. Love this idea. Love this idea too. And then I will add here too, I'll put in here some text testimonials too. You can mix those up. So this is and then if I want to add just sort of a header to let people know what page they're on, and come over here, I can click on the text block, and I can just write testimonials. And I'll highlight this, give it an H1, and then I think I'm going to center it, and I'll click add. So that's kind of nice. I tell people where they are. They're on the testimonials page, and then I've got these 2 testimonials there. The final thing I want to show you is how to add a contact form. So we've got a page for book an appointment. Let's click on add a new block, and we're going to click on the contact form. This is where you can create an email form. So I can just call this one book an appointment. You can have all different kinds of forms. We also have the ability here for you to add an event, and people can RSVP to you. That's a different block, but it works the same way. You fill out here the email address that you want the form to go to. and then you choose what fields you want on your form. Less is more typically when it comes to contact forms, just because people are more apt to fill it out. And then you might I might just put first name, last name, email, phone, and then I can add, this is where I can put any kind of question I want. So I may just simply want to just put comments, okay? And then you click the add button, and you can see here that it has added the form directly onto the card. You can create a call to action with the text block above it. So I'm going to click on text, and I'll say contact George for a free consultation, okay? So if George offers that free consultations, and then would change that, I want to turn it into some sort of thing. Let's see if an H2 will fit. It's going to be a little long, but I could do maybe maybe I'll just try that out. And this is, again, you kind of have to play a little bit with the text editor and see if you like it. I don't really like that. So I could just do this. You can do contact George. I'm going to make that let's make that an H1. I'll center it. And then I think I want to do some text below it that says contact George for a free consultation. And maybe I can get rid of one of those returns. Well, see, it's doing the same thing it did before. Maybe I can do it this way. Nope, not going to let me do it. So I can maybe change this font size here to like a 9 or something, make it smaller. So I click save, and there, that looks good. I'm happy with that. And now the final thing that you need to know is whenever you make changes to vCard, it's very important that you publish. We're going to click this publish button here, and now everything is green. So always publish your changes. In the meantime, people can't see the pages that you're working on. If you have pages that you're working on that you don't want people to see, because like, for example, we didn't finish the emergency services, I can change that visibility of that page by clicking on this eye. It now hides that from the navigation. I can click publish, and then there's a green button here to view the card. You can also just view it on your phone or wherever. And you can see here in my menu, it has home, about George, services, book an appointment, and testimonials. And there we go. We did a nice card today. There's navigation on the top and bottom. And you can do this too. You know, you just get in there. It really can be a lot of fun. It honestly can be. We've got all kinds of people with all kinds of skill levels who are building their vCard and adding all kinds of pages and information. So I just recommend you get on there and experiment. If you need additional help, we're always willing to help and answer your questions. On our tutorials button at the top, we've got lots of videos here. And like I said, I'm going to be adding lots and lots of videos throughout the entire editor. You'll start seeing these help icons go up. But you can also submit a request here. This creates a ticket. And that ticket comes, and I will get those tickets, or someone in our customer service department will get those tickets, and we're happy to answer and help you with any questions you have. So, you know, I'd like to open it up today. If you have a question that you'd like answered, you're welcome to unmute your mic. And I'll unmute the mics actually right now for you. And you're welcome to ask that question. So there we go. And then I'm also going to show you here, I told you about, I had some videos too. I have a few that I want to show you. I have a vCard actually. It's called vCard. This is something to write down because it's pretty useful. vCard Videos is the name of the card. You can add this to your app. And on this here, I've got the sign-up process and the wizard, and then this is the great video. It just tells you how to use the mobile app. So this just shows you how to use the app, how it works, a lot of the features that we have in the app. And then we have how to add a video, and we have another one about how to add pages and how to add blocks. So this is the more details on the pages. So any questions tonight that anyone has? Happy to answer those questions. And thank you so much, all of you, for joining today. It's great to have you.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Cherie, this is Marion.
Hi, Marion.
I just got an email about that says there's Alan is presenting tonight. Is that true, or is that just a misstatement?
Alan, that must have just been an email that got stuck in your email box. No, Alan will present tomorrow night, so there will be a training call tomorrow night.
Okay,
And,
okay.
yeah.
Well, they may have sent it just a day too soon.
Yeah, no, the training call is tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, thanks.
Great. Well, again, thank you all for joining us today. I will take this training and it will be posted on YouTube this morning, so you can rewatch it there. If you do have any other questions, I'm also open to your questions. Let me give you my personal email address, which you can email. So it's Cherie@vcardglobal.com. I'll write it out for you here, so you know how to spell my name. It's kind of tricky, I know. So you can just email me at Cherie@vcardglobal.com. So that's Cherie@vcardglobal.com. All right. Again, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful Saturday. And the next workshop will be on next Wednesday. So if you know anyone who's new to vCard, who's just getting started and wants to learn how to do this, please have them join the workshop. And again, if you're also one of our advisors, I'll be setting up this card. It will be part of our overall gallery, which you can reach on vcardgallery.vcardinfo.com. We have a card with all the gallery images there, and we're also updating our main website. We've got a bunch of new improved vCards that we can show off people as you're trying to explain how vCard can work for their business. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great evening. Have a great day, I should say.
Thank you, Cherie.
Thanks.